Welcome to this live streaming about consuming microservices using MicroProfile REST APIs, REST Client APIs. So in this, we will again be demonstrating some of the nuances and technically complicated concepts about microservices. Uh, so yes, so let's start. So I have here my REST service. REST service which I have used is the product service. I have the GitHub code space which is running. Let me increase my font size. So we covered various topics. We have covered the Jakarta E, the RESTful Web Services standard. We have covered about microservices configuration. We have covered about microservices health checks. We have covered about microservices telemetry. We have covered about fault tolerance. We have covered about matrices, and now we will be covering about REST client. And finally, I also will be creating a video about MicroProfile JWT authentication. So these are various technical concepts that anyone developing a microservice should know. So I am covering them, and with live demo and coding I am demonstrating. I'll be sharing the links to all my sessions. I'll be consolidating all the code examples in the GitHub repository, and this will form a very useful content for all of you who are building microservices. And the concepts which we'll be covering can be applied into any other framework and programming language. For example, Ruby on Rails, or if you are working on a Spring Boot, then definitely with minor adaptations you can use these concepts. Also, you can apply these concepts in projects which are involving Node.js. So let's start creating a client. Right, so I'll go through them step by step. So we have a simple RESTful web service, so which is product web service. Let me share it quickly with all of you. So I have here MicroProfile e-commerce store application or project. Here we have some Java source code, and this is for the product web service. So we have an entity class where we have ID, name, description, and price of the product. We have a resource which is exposing the REST APIs, which is about giving the details of the product. So we initialize this product with two products, because this is only for the demo purpose. We have various method which is get all products. We have here get product by ID. We have create product. All the CRUD operations are implemented. We implemented also we implemented Swagger Open API documentation also. So now we can test this application very easily. But now we'll also be creating a REST client so that you can check programmatically very easily the output of the REST APIs. So let me run this, and correct. So I'm inside my repository, and within the repository, okay, I should go to my project directory, so which root directory, and then I go to my project directory. Right, so I'm inside my project directory. Here I should have a pom.xml file which has the required details for the project. So we have gone through the POM in detail. I have also created an article describing all the details step involved in this POM, and it's also well documented. When I'll be sharing the source code, you'll be able to see it, how it is working, and what all are the technical details of each and every line or dependencies which I have added. So now I'll be running this. So I'm running this using Open Liberty server. So I have a command based on Maven Liberty plugin. I'll run it in debug mode. So this will be running my MicroProfile application, which is for product details. Now I'll be consuming the resources using JSON binding and JSON parsing. So that we will also demonstrate. Okay, now the application should be available. It is running in 5050 port. So here I can open this application in the browser. So let me demonstrate that as well. So port 5050 is the port where this application will be running. It has some context path, and then my path is API and products. Okay, so this is how you will be able to call the get APIs. And as I mentioned, we will also have a Swagger documentation of this because we can with browser only call get APIs. For example, yeah, if I want to get details of any single product, that also is possible. But other than fetching details, we can't do anything with the browser. We have to use a client like REST client, which is Postman, or we have to use curl command. And also very convenient is Open API. So the way to run this is we give the URL Open API UI, and then you see all the operations with good documentation, and we can create any new products as well. So this is also kind of a REST client. But what also happens is sometimes you have to have a microservice which used to collect data or aggregate data from different microservices. So we will be writing code which will do that. Right? So I have demonstrated this in detail in my previous session. I'll be sharing the details of the session in the description so that you can find it easily. But for now, we will be jumping on programmatically calling the REST APIs. So we will be covering about JSON binding and JSON parsing. This is very important because everything involved is the JSON data. So basically a Java object, in this case the list of product, is serialized into serialized and deserialized into JSON resources. Serializing is the process of converting object to JSON, and deserialization is converting JSON to Java object. So I've demonstrated. So now let's talk about creating a client, right? So what I will do is so let me start with creating some object. Okay, now we know the code here. So let's say we have another service which is the payment service, and in the payment service we want to get the details of the product. So what we will do is we will create, so I have a payment service as well. Payment service is running in port 9080, and what I will do is I will create a client in payment service which will be getting the product details, because you will need the price of the product in payment service. So what I will do, yeah, we can do this in the order service also, but for time being this is only for the demonstration purpose, so I'll be using payment service. So here we have a payment, there is an entity, and at the same time we can create a POJO object for so let me create a package first, which is about product. Okay, So we can say tutorial. We can also name it like model.product just to ensure that this is a model. Now I have a package which is created. I will create a class product in this. So I'll create a Java product. Here let me name this product because now the package is different. So product.java. Just a minute. So here we say new Java file, choose class file, class and product is the name of the product. So now I got the product.java. Now here what I might not want all the details. So for example, I might not want the description of the product. Product ID is good enough. Maybe product name is good enough but I don't want description. So selectively whatever I want I'll put here. Correct? So now let's say there could be some other transient variables as well. So here JSON B transient. This is something I would like to public boolean, we'll say is available. Let's say this is a stock check, right? So something like this. I might put a transient field, right? Now I would have to create a constructor also. So I'll create a constructor. Do nothing as of now here, and then I have JSON P creator. Okay, and here we have this. So if you see creator JSON B creator annotation, and then we have some properties. Maybe we'll use little bit better formatting here. Name, and this is how I will be creating another constructor. And then this will initialize the two fields, which is ID and string name. Let me add something else as well. Public I say double price. So this is also there. Description I don't want. So here I should have added a property for price. Correct. So this is my another constructor, and I am using here JSON B creator. Now definitely cannot be resolved, so we will import this. So we have to import it, JSON B creator. So now because of the Copilot, automatically a lot of suggestions are coming, so I'm able to do this code very fast. We'll also override the toString method, and so we have this toString method also done very fast. Okay. So now let's write the consumer for this. So what actually happens is to deserialize a JSON message. So basically, let me also explain you some more things here. So before we dive more in, so here something has come without, unnecessary. So here let me talk about the JSON B. JSON B is about supporting JSON for Java, and it can directly serialize and deserialize plain old Java objects POJOs to JSON. So let's now write a consumer. So I'll start with the Java project. I'll create a consumer. So I would say consuming REST. Okay, this is the name of the package, and then I have something called a Java class, which will be called consumer. Okay, so we have the consumer. Now in this, let's say we have public static product, because we have a lot of product. Okay, now we don't want to do this. We say here consume with JSON B. This is the name of the method, and here we will take a target URL. Okay, and here we have a client, and client equal to client builder new client, right? So next thing is we have to take the response equal to client dot target URL request, and then get. Okay, so here this is our response. Now next thing is we will have products, response read entity product dot class, and then we have response dot close, and then we have client dot close, and finally we will have return product. So this is what our client will be. Again, we have to import. So first thing is we have to import products, okay, from the other package. Then we have to import the client. Client is part of Jakarta, and then we have import client builder. Then we have to import media type we are using. We have to import response. Okay, and we have to also import JSON. We have been using so right now not that one, we haven't started using it, but yes, we have used here list, not yet, stream collectors. Okay, so let's write another method, public static here product, then consume with JSON P. Okay, so here we have a new client, Then we have target, request, get. This is the response, and then so here we can have JSON array. So let me change this here. Product. Okay. No, this is the old way. So we will have here. Okay, not sure. Return result. So yeah, we will return again result. Result will be okay. So we will come to here. For time being, we can just to get no error, we say return null. So we have a response, and then we have JSON array. Let's call it array of products. Response, read entity, JSON array. Correct. So rather than reading products, we are reading JSON array. And then we have response.close client dot close, and we are returning we have to return consumer dot collect products, and then this is the array, right? Now this is what we have to create, collect products. So I will generate this using autofix, or fix using see. So basically what we have to go through here is we have to look into the array and collect products. So it has a static method, products, collect product. It'll take the array, it will have products, new product array size. Okay, so we are passing this is a JSON array. So this was straightforward, but here it is the array of JSON objects. So here this will not work. The code returned by is not that what we look for. So the way we will implement it, we first create list of product. We call it products. We have new array list, array, let's call this product ARR, and now we will make it product whatever is passed, ARR. Okay, then we have to convert this into a string, we have to map it, and we have to, for each of these object which we call product JSON, we will say JSON array equal to JSON object product JSON okay. So list is not defined here. Let me quick fix this. Then map method. So here let me import say java.collection.list. So it is java.util.list. Then we have import java.util.stream.collectors. Okay. So here we have product array, we stream it, we have product JSON for each of the product JSON. What we have to do is we have to say get JSON array and products, right? So this is a product array. Now then we go here, we say product equal to new product and object so we have retrieved all the objects from this, and then we'll be having a consumer okay, we will take it get a string So yeah, now I am kind of writing this product JSON dot product has an ID, so we have to get the data type. So here we got the product, and product we have the constructor, long, string, and double. Yes. So here get JSON number. So now this is our method. So here let's now use this in the payment service. So in the payment service we have a post method. Let's something use a get method as well, and we say at produces JSON here we say so I'm checking about calling this method. Okay, let's say we have media type. We want to display text, and this is plain text, and we would like to have this API called path total products, something like this. total, let's say just total. So now we'll run this microservice again. So now the code is written. Now I'll go to this service. We'll create a new terminal. We'll go to the project. We have the POM here, so we'll run liberty dev. This service is running on port 9080. So I'll call it. So let's see the endpoint for this service. API authorize. Whereas in other case API, okay, this is, so payment API authorize. So if I have to call here, I'll have to go to, but it's a post, so it cannot work like that, but you have a total here. So we are fixing it now. Somehow the number of objects are not shown correctly. Okay. Here we have to add the appropriate URL also. Because when you are going to consume, we have to say URL info dot get base URL. Let me see. We should have this updated. So let's also to look into updating server.xml.